Swift Education Center is focused on transformation of education in partnership with educators across the country. We work with state and local educators, district educators, school administrators to implement effective evidence-based practices within a framework to improve student outcomes. Our mission and our vision is rightful presence for each and every student, particularly with attention on students who have exceptionalities.
In the design of MTSS, I don't think I've ever worked with a state agency, with a district, or with a site that ever used anything other than the heuristic of MTSS in a tiered system that did not have all as part of its tier 1. And we have to recognize that, even humbling when I was in a district, we said all, but it didn't include all. So MTSS affords us this opportunity to focus on a system, recognize how we capitalize on our teaming structures, and really lean into our grade level teams or departments or professional learning communities, whatever our main pieces around our general education teachers, and expand those teams for different conversations to be able to always be strengthening our system. I remember when I got involved with a multi-tiered system of support, and at the time, we didn't have research on the system, the MTSS as a system. We had research and evidence around particular practices that were part of what we would call MTSS, but now we have research behind the system of MTSS.
We use various research design where we can analyze academic outcomes, which includes state assessment scores or benchmark scores, and especially for students with disabilities, we also analyze the least restrictive educational environment. So we are interested in how students are moving to more inclusive education setting. So we plan to incorporate the qualitative research findings into quantitative research findings, and then see if we can understand the school change much better with the comprehensive analysis results. So we are doing lots of research work, and we are always excited about findings about it.
I think the best way for educators to promote equity and justice in the classroom is first and foremost to try to acknowledge and normalize the fact that there are both visible and invisible disabilities. If we can highlight our differences and highlight our commonalities in terms of the things that we struggle with, then we can sort of start to break apart some of the stigma around disability. I would hope educators also would feel brave enough to even bring that whole concept of finding our commonalities into even curriculum or into projects or things like that. Just make it part of what the classroom does, is that we find these bridges between each other and we look at them and we normalize them and we highlight them and we even talk about how they can make us stronger rather than diminish us in any way.
I had this great opportunity to lead a school. It was a dual language immersion school in a community that I really loved. And so it was a great opportunity. And it so happened that at that time, the University of Kansas Swift Center was doing work with Oregon. Dr. Miller came to work with our teams last year, and she said, adults need to stop trying to prove why something doesn't work or to prove why students need to be in special education, but instead, we should be curious and wonder about what does work for them. And this was instrumental in the shift that we had, because now we all use that language, right? Nope, let's not prove about what doesn't work. Instead, let's see what we can find out what does work, so we can get the kiddo to, grow a little bit more or reach a different level of success and hopefully, reach proficiency in a certain area that they're working on.
The time has come for us to do more And it's time to move towards a deeper understanding of what it means to be a child with an exceptionality, to be a dynamic learner, and to be present within a school community and not have that be questioned. I guess it's not anymore about how do we change the students so that they can belong, but how do we change the environment so it's available and ready for each and every student that walks through that door. That's my big takeaway, my big hope.